Hi, I'm Judy. Welcome to Go with Yin Yoga and this grounding earth element practice, Yin Yoga practice. And physically, you will be getting into your hips and your hamstrings, a little bit of your glutes, and a little bit of compression around your stomach. And on a more subtle level, I'll be asking you where you want to put your focus. So let's get started. I am going to suggest a bolster, some folded blankets, just something to put on top of your legs in our first posture. But before we get to that, we're going to start with the Bhu Mudra. And I apologize in advance, and I'm getting over COVID. There may be some throat clearing, there may be some coughing. Like that. The Bhu Mudra, you take your pinky and your ring fingers in both hands, bend it towards the thumb mound, and then take the thumb over those two fingers and spread the other fingers out straight, kind of a peace sign. And you can have them resting on your thighs. You could have it plugged into the earth. We are in the season between winter and spring, and it is always a great idea to ground during this season. So begin to just take your attention to your breath. Notice how it feels for you today. Whether it's easy and smooth or choppy and short. Just notice how it feels. If it's comfortable for you, go ahead and close your eyes. If not, try to just unfocus them enough so things soften around you. The Bhu Mudra is all about grounding, all about the earth element. And it may also help to strengthen your bones. It may help to decrease your blood pressure. It may help to decrease anxiety. And as you are finding your breath in the Bhu Mudra, before we begin, I have a quote that I'd like to read to you. Energy is the essence of life. Every day you decide how you are going to use it. By knowing what you want, and what it takes to reach that goal. And by maintaining focus. And that was something Oprah Winfrey had written in Oprah magazine a while ago, quite some time ago. And as we move through this practice, where for the most part I will be fairly silent, at least try, I want you to think about how you are directing your focus and your attention and your energy in the poses, in this practice. How do you want your energy to be used and for what today? In your work, in your family life. Just keep that in the back of your mind. Go ahead and let go of the mudra. If you are sitting up on something, come on off. You may want a blanket underneath your seat for our next pose, which is caterpillar pose. So come to sitting with your legs straight out in front of you. And this can be your caterpillar pose without any props. You can also take a bolster on top of your legs. You can put a block or a couple of blocks on top of that. That can feel really nice. And begin by sitting up straight. And your hands are somewhere down by your thighs or your hips, wherever is comfortable to you. And caterpillar is targeting your low back, your hamstrings, your stomach by compressing it. And an invitation to close your eyes. Begin to bring your chin down towards your chest. Letting the back of your neck be long. Notice where you're holding on in your body. See if you can soften. And go to about 50% of your edge. And just relax into the stillness. Maybe you'd like to go a little deeper towards that edge. And maybe you're fine right where you are. Let your breath be your guide. When it becomes hard to catch your breath, it may be a signal that you've gone too deeply into your edge. Last couple of breaths here. And slowly begin to raise your head a little slower than I did. And set your bolster off to the side. Go ahead and scooch towards the front of your mat. Bring the soles of your feet onto the mat and slowly come on down. And just pause here in Savasana briefly for a rebound. Notice if you're feeling energy flowing around your body. If you have a strap, you may like to use it for our next poses. Begin to bend your left knee. I'm going to come over to the edge of my mat because I'm very limited in my space. And if you have a strap, this is where you're going to take it over the ball of your foot. And you can, like me, be grabbing your big toe with your first two fingers. This is reclined hand to big toe pose. Straps can be wonderful. They can make this pose more easily accessible. Sometimes by just holding onto that toe, if you can, it can keep you a little more honest about where your edge is. We are mostly targeting our hamstring in this first variation. If this still feels like too much, you can also bend the other leg. Go ahead and allow that left leg to begin to fall out so that you're externally rotating that hip. So the target is external rotation in our hip, the left hip. If this feels like too much, if you're holding, you can always take that bolster, put it under your arm, perhaps a block. And your next inhale, bring that left foot back up towards the ceiling. Pausing, changing hands if you're using your hand, and beginning to allow it to fall over the bottom leg, your right leg. And this is probably for most people a less deep stretch. You probably won't go super far. You're getting into external rotation of your hips in this case, which is something we don't do on a day-to-day basis. Your next inhale, begin to slowly take that foot back up towards the ceiling. Release the foot, bend the knee, and the other knee. And you can grab your knees and bring them in towards your chest if you'd like. And just make any movement that you need. Maybe a little side to side. Maybe a little in towards the chest and out on the exhale. And then go ahead and take the soles of the feet back down to your mat. Take the left foot long on your mat. Bend your right knee in towards your chest. Either loop a strap around the ball of the foot or using your fingers. You can also hold on here, whatever works for you. next inhale, allow that leg begin to open up away from your body. Hopefully you can take it further than I can. I have the wall in my way. Of course, yin is not about going as deeply into a pose as you possibly can. So even if you're not going very far, you are still reaping the benefits. Your next inhale, begin to bring that leg back towards the center of your body and pause. And we're going to switch our hold on that toe and begin to allow that leg to fall over the bottom leg. In my case, that's my left leg. And again, most likely not as you're not going to go super deep into the stretch. Your next inhale, bring the foot back up towards the ceiling. Gently bend that knee. Bend the knee of your other foot. And bring both knees in towards your chest. And again, take any movements that feel right for you to just release any tension that may have built up in the holds. And once again, stretch your legs out and your hands come down by your hips. And briefly pause in Savasana. Notice where the energy is flowing in your body. Focus on that energy. What does it feel like? Is it tingling? Is it a pulsing? Maybe you don't feel anything at all, and that's perfectly okay. And then bend one knee, the other, and the soles of the feet onto your mat. And on your next inhale, take one foot out to the side a little bit from your body, not directly back towards your chest. And go ahead and grab onto wherever you can hold, either on your foot, your calf, on your shin. And again, you can use a strap. And then take that foot up towards the ceiling. Then inhale the other leg, hold to the side of the chest, and take that foot up towards the ceiling. Happy baby pose. You may feel this in your lower back a bit, your hamstrings a bit, maybe a little bit in your quads as well. If this feels like too much, you can do half happy baby, where either the other knee is bent and the foot is on the mat, or maybe the foot is going down towards the mat. And I'll let you know when to change. If you're in half happy baby, go ahead and slowly transition to the other leg now. Last couple of breaths here. Your next exhale, release one foot and bring it back towards the mat. The other foot, bring that towards the mat. And maybe heel toe your feet as wide as the mat. And do a little windshield wiper, letting the knees fall over to one side and the other. And then bringing both knees back to point up towards the ceiling. Stretch one leg out. Let the foot fall open. And the other. And hand comes down by your thighs. Maybe you'd like to grab a blanket as we move into Savasana. And perhaps you'd like a bolster under your knees. And you can revisit Bhu Mudra if you'd like to. I like to do that in Savasana sometimes. And I'm laying down on my back. And I just take the mudra. The pinky and ring fingers bend in towards the thumb. The thumb comes over. The other two fingers come out in a peace sign. So in the seated position, you can kind of just plug in. If you're laying down, you can have it down by your legs. And I just wanted to, once again, read you the quote that I read at the beginning from Oprah Winfrey. Energy is the essence of life. Every day you decide how you are going to use it by knowing what you want and what it takes to reach that goal, and by maintaining focus. And this practice is a very grounding practice to honor the earth element, which is very strong and very stable, as we move from the water element of winter, transitioning into the wood element of spring. So we're transitioning from the deepest yin energy, the deepest inside energy, to the expansion of spring. And so it feels really good to ground, which helps us to focus as we switch between these seasons. Relax in Shavasana until you hear me speak again. If you would like to relax in Savasana for a longer period of time, there is nothing for you to do. But if you do have to go on with the rest of your day, begin by allowing your breath to deepen. Notice the rise of your chest as you inhale, and the fall of your chest as you exhale. Notice how your breath feels. Does it feel any different from when you got on your mat? Begin to take any small movements you need to wake up your body. With your eyes still closed if they're closed, maybe turning the head from side to side, or the neck, chin to chest, and then back. Wiggling fingers, wiggling toes. Maybe shimming your hips gently from side to side. On your next inhale, stretch your arms up overhead. Deep stretch as if you're just getting up this morning. And then slowly bring one knee into your chest, and then the other. Allowing your knees to fall over to the side that is most comfortable for you. Creating your head on your bottom arm. And take a few deep breaths in. With your eyes still closed if they are, the palms of the hands to the mat. Slowly begin to bring your body upright. On your next inhale, bring the palms of the hands together to touch in front of your heart center. Thumb comes into the heart center as well, lifting your chest, making it easier to breathe. Head slightly bows over your hands, giving gratitude to yourself for taking this time, for refilling your cup, for refocusing, perhaps. And I give gratitude to each and every one of you. And slowly begin to blink your eyes open, taking in the mat, being in the rest of the floor, and raising your head, allowing the hands to fall gently into your lap or onto your knees. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this practice. And if you did, please click the like button. If you'd like to practice with me again or know when I've added new videos to this channel, go ahead and click subscribe and the bell button. May you be healthy. May you be happy. May you be free from pain and suffering. And may you feel grounded both on and off your mat.